Hey guys, if you've been following my page, I've been doing these weekly updates on my HGH journey, and a lot of what I've said has been very positive effects as far as exactly why I took it, and I just feel like my whole body's had kind of an upgrade, although there is one now undesirable side effect that I've been having. It's been kind of progressive, but in the last, I would say, week or week and a half too, it's been a little bit worse, and essentially it's like it's affecting my voice. Like I get very raspy, like you can hear now, raspy voice. And especially like right now it's kind of good because I kind of warmed it up before this video. But if I don't warm it up, like it it's not great. And the other thing is it's also causing like a sore throat, especially first thing in the morning. Like sometimes I wake up in the morning and it's like I have a coming down with like a cold or along those lines, and runny nose and really phlegmy in in the vocal cords. This affect the vocal cords a little bit. So, and I did some research on that, and apparently it's due to a few things, but one, it can really, like these types of hormones can affect like the vocal cords, make them thicker. So people who have acromegaly, which is essentially giganticism, which is overactive pituitary gland producing these types of growth hormones, they'll have a very noticeable voice change difference as well. So it's just one of those things to keep in mind. I figure like in high amounts like that, something like that would happen, but amounts I'm taking, I am seeing it. It's nothing crazy, you know. If you compare my voice now to like my first week or my first video ever, maybe it'll be like a little bit of change. But again, it's just like this raspiness, and I don't know if it's something that, I'm pretty sure it'll be something that once I stop, it'll come back. Like it just feels like there's this like constant like kind of phlegm in my throat. The other kind of disheartening thing, well, not disheartening, but like bad thing is I've been injecting my like quads in intermuscularly, and for the most part it's been really good. But yesterday I accidentally hit like a blood vessel or vein, and I didn't realize, and I started injecting it, and then I noticed something was wrong. And I pulled it out and it was bleeding, and one of like the vein like swelled up really big, and today it's like a big bruise. So that's not good, because things like that, if you inject in the bloodstream, I'm pretty sure you can inject HGH straight in the bloodstream, but like things like air bubbles and other things, like it could potentially cause blood clots slash, if it's called an embolus, goes through the body, it can end up in the brain or lungs. And apparently people who have done tea before, they've accidentally hit the blood or vein and injected. It goes into the lungs, and they said for the most, they'll cough a lot. For the most part, it's not dangerous, but nonetheless, it's still a concern. So I'm going to be more careful with the injection sites. I'm going to change it up from the stomach, because I was doing stomach for a lot for the first month, and I just felt like I needed to change it up. So I did the delts a bit, and I went to the quads, and quads, most part it's really good, like kind of right by the lateral side of the quad. But yesterday I went up, I think, a little bit too high, and you know, you hit blood vessel. That's why when you do injections, you're supposed to aspirate, it's called, which is take the plunger out a little bit. If a little bit of blood comes back in, you know you're in a bloodstream, and that's not something we want to inject, at least for this. Like, you know, other types of intravenous injections, and even like heroin users, that's what they do, they inject right in the bloodstream. But for this, it's intermuscular or subcutaneous. So I mean, for me, it's meant to be subcutaneous. So I'm going to try to be more careful there, and just pay attention to my, especially like I was saying before, the voice and the phlegminess and things. Maybe it's just a sign that I'm taking a little bit too much, which is around 2.5 a day. So maybe I'll bring it back to 2, or take 2 days off, and then start again, see how I feel, because I've been doing it pretty much every day straight for the last what am I now, 7 weeks or something, I forget. So pretty much I'm coming up to 2 months anyway, doing it every day, so consistently. So maybe I'll take a day or two off, and then it'll be, see if the symptoms kind of go down a bit, and I'll start back up with the treatment again, or I'll just keep going through it and fuck it, it's just a runny nose. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Again, any questions, leave in the comments below. All right, peace.